Hi, you're watching the People's Pulse. I'm Lynn Bryant. Our topic of discussion today is dating, black and single in Houston. So, my guest is Elle with Real Talk from Elle and Tiana Bryant. Tiana, how is dating in 2012?
It depends on the situation. It could be complicated, it could be different, it could be loving, it could be caring, it could be sharing. It just depends on you as a person.
Elle?
I think that a lot of dating has changed with the introduction of online dating and speed dating and things like that. So I think over the last 10 years it's changed dramatically than what we're used to traditional dating, I guess.
Okay. So that means it's complicated or different now because of those?
It's definitely different. The online factor can make it complicated from time to time. So I guess it just depends on you.
Right, I agree with her.
Okay. Yeah, because people could put a false picture on there. It's not even them.
Right.
Age difference, all that stuff.
On internet dating.
Right, on internet dating.
This is true.
Okay. Would y'all think that men and women are playing more games now?
Yes, both men and women.
Okay.
Me as a woman, I know I do play games.
Okay.
So I'm sure other women do and men do play games because that's why us as a woman do what we do.
Okay.
Yeah, there are a lot more game playing, I think. People just don't, they don't want to be upfront and honest about their intentions or what it is that they want. So I think a lot of times that, kind of transposes into whatever goes on, seeing all the different crap that people pull, I guess.
Okay. Are people ready to settle down or just be habitual daters? Tiana?
And I met some people that are ready to settle down. Like myself, I do want to settle down because I have dated too much and so many people.
Okay.
So it's so many changes when you date. So settling down would be good if that's something that you want to do, but it can be both settling down or dating because you got people that want to continue to date.
Right.
Just to play the games, and then you got some people that do want to settle down. So both.
Okay. Elle?
I don't know about, I think everybody eventually at some point wants to settle down, but I think right now there are so many people that just want to just be, serial daters. With the ratio of men to women, they're just like, they feel like they don't really need to, settle down and date. Because if someone makes them mad, or something, I call that the microwave society. But, if somebody makes them mad, they just, they're so quick to just rush and turn and try to do something else instead of actually, going through the motions of, actually what it is, that leads to, dating someone successfully.
Okay. Are people playing the field now, like dating 2 or 3 people at a time? Have y'all experienced that?
Yes. They are doing that often.
Often?
A lot.
A lot, okay.
I see it with my own eyes daily.
Okay.
So they doing it.
All right.
Yeah, I would agree with Tiana. They are doing it. The only thing that's a problem with that is that, with dating multiple people at different times.
Too much energy.
Not only too much energy, but, now you have to think about... You have to think about, people passing around, STDs a lot more often, too. That's on the rise as well, when people are just dating multiple people, that kind of, you have to think about that thing, too, because that statistic is going up, but,
But they're not thinking.
They're not, you're right.
They're
thinking with the wrong hair.
Yeah, being selfish. Do any of you have any dating horror stories for yourself or for someone else that you notice you've heard of?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
This is an experience that I had.
Okay.
With dating.
Okay.
Don't put this on there because she makes me make me laugh. Why you do me like that?
All right.
But it's the truth.
Just keep talking.
A lot of.
Did you want to just share a story? No.
Let you talk to Elle first. I'm gonna think of which one I want to share because it's fun.
Okay. Yeah, dating horror stories.
That's bad.
Dating horror stories.
Yeah.
Well, I I mean, that's not my personal horror story,
Right,
but
it
it's
could just
somebody
be
else's.
someone that
but,
you know.
Man,
You know,
yeah, no, she
female
was,
ex, male ex.
well, no, this is a friend of mine. She
Okay.
met a guy online, and everything was like, she thought everything was perfect and everything was going to be good, and then a little while they dated for a little while, and then he left something at her house or something computer related he did at her house. Oh my God, dude had other girlfriends, dude had a wife, dude, just kids. I mean, just all this stuff that
Whole secret life.
Just basically a secret lives, because
That's exactly what it is.
Yes.
And that was real devastating to her. I don't think she's dated anybody since, but
Wow.
it's just I mean, that was just a hard thing for her to go through. But
Okay. Tiana, your horror story?
Oh my God. I happened to meet someone in a club, not knowing how this person look or anything, but you do meet these people because you already under an influence. So I did meet someone, and then kind of found out when I did see this person, I didn't even know I ever met him.
Wow.
And he was terrible. Everything about him was terrible. Everything stink. Ugly. I couldn't even believe I even talked to him.
Right.
So, it was bad. Don't laugh. And this is something that happened to me.
Right.
So I
Right.
learned from
so you
experience.
know from
so
experience, yeah.
You don't want to have an imaginary friend, no,
Right. Mm-mm.
because it's not good.
At all. Okay. Should there be a 3-month or a 90-day rule for sex when dating? We'll let you take that first, Elle.
oh, is this the whole Steve Harvey deal from the Steve Harvey book?
No. Just
Because
throwing it out there.
Yeah, no. You know what? It's on you, because guess what? It don't matter if you wait 9 days, 90 days, 900 days. If it ain't no good, or your partner, whether it's male or female, wants to go mess with somebody else, they will do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, that whole 90-day thing, I mean, I remember somebody told me about my poor friend. She swears by that book, and she was like, oh, Steve Harvey said, do this and do that. And I'm thinking to myself,
Okay, why would she listen to Steve Harvey?
right, because he's already gone through like 3 marriages, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, why are you listening to somebody who can't keep their own stuff together? Like, I don't understand that, but no, like I said, she does. But, again, it don't matter if it's 9 hours, 9 minutes, 9 days, whatever.
Okay.
90 days. It doesn't matter. You have to do what's right for you. Some people, like I said, I tell other people this, some people meet one night stand and been married for 30, 40 years.
That's true.
I mean, saying you never know what it is that's going to, come from your relationship. Then, like I said, some people wait 6 months, a year, or wait till they get married, be divorced, have this big wedding, cost, $30,000,
Right.
and then be divorced within the year.
Right.
I mean,
or 2 or 3 months.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it doesn't matter. I mean, I think the whole sex thing is really overrated when it comes to dating. You know what I'm saying? The whole purpose of dating is having fun, and if you guys are adult enough and that's what you want to do your thing.
Right.
Okay. So when does the person you're dating meet your children?
Ooh, it depends on who he is.
Okay.
Because I know I've met a lot of men, and I ain't never met my children.
Okay.
So it depends on who the person is, because they have a lot of peddlers out here, and I don't want to ever have my kids. It can be boy or girl,
Right.
and I can never want them to be around that. So it depends
have to
on
be
who
cautious.
the person is.
Right.
I could be with a person for probably two days and feel the vibe that I'm comfortable with him to be around.
Okay.
And then you can be around a person for 2 days and don't ever want them around you or your children.
Right.
So it depends on that person and getting to know him.
Okay. Your take on that?
I would agree. I personally wouldn't introduce someone into my children for at least 6 months. Because at 6 months is when you kind of get the representative out the way.
Yeah, I'm asking about that too.
Yeah, you can get that representative out the way, and you can actually see what type of person that you're dealing with, and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. But yeah, 6 months is a rule of thumb, I would think.
Okay. What's your take on shacking before marriage? Living together before you get married?
That's what I'm doing now.
Okay. So
That's
you don't have a
not
problem
good.
with it?
It's a problem.
Okay.
It's a big problem.
Okay.
We don't see it because we're doing it, but it's
Okay.
a problem. And it's going to be always a problem until you be
Settle
right.
down.
Right.
I mean, get married.
Shacking is not good at all.
Okay. How you feel about shacking?
And to each his own. Some people, I mean, I think that, with relationships, a lot of people are, kind of going towards shacking because it doesn't really bring a strong commitment. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's not what you're looking for at the time. But at some point, you're going to be like, okay, I want a little bit more. And if that person is on the same level as you, you're going to have a problem. That's where, it's going to, where you're going to have your crossroad. But, I mean, saying some people, want to do that. I mean, maybe it's just for bills or maybe, I have a friend, every guy she date, she ends up living with, after like about 4 or 5 months, she end up living with that person. I'm thinking to myself, but she don't got no kids, so she can do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm just always wondering, like, why would you want to do that? But like I said, just to each his own. I personally, I learned. Before I was married, I used to live with my husband. Yeah, we were married. We were married a long time. It didn't work out, but I said I wouldn't do that again.
Right. Okay. Any pet peeves in dating that you don't like?
I don't like bad breath.
Okay.
I mean, if they have bad breath, you can tell if it's from drinking or smoking.
Okay.
And when it's gingivitis, so you can tell the difference. So bad breath and probably dirty nails.
Oh, okay. Dirty nails. Elle?
I think my pet peeves are, bad breath. I had body odor, lying, not being real. A man that has emotional tendencies. I don't like that so much.
He's an effeminate?
Yes.
Well, just emotional means he just he kind of catty like
He's catty like baby.
Catty like a chick. I mean
Okay.
I don't like that kind of stuff.
Whining,
acting like we would act.
Or something, yeah. But or men that talk too much and they really saying nothing.
Right.
Yeah. Foot odor. Foot odor. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Do you have any pet peeves?
I have a lot of pet peeves.
Which one that you just hate the most?
Well, I don't like people if we're out eating. Don't put your hand in my plate. Don't just dig in there and just get my food. I really don't like that.
That is kind of nasty.
And trying to double dip in my food and I'm eating it. And, I don't like sharing DNA like that initially. I just don't like it. That's my pet peeve. One of them. And are daters nowadays not being clear or specific with what they want from their potential partner?
You have some that will, when they first meet you, tell you
that they want certain things or they don't.
Right. And then you can grow to learn a person.
Okay.
And when you being around them, I guess daily.
Okay.
I would say it's kind of a toss-up because there are a lot of people out here, men and women, that get into relationships that are not forthcoming and, don't really, and they lead people on and lead people, into things. And it's just like, you never know what angle they're coming from. Some people are like that. And, and it's unfortunate because that's how people get hurt too. So you just kind of have to gauge what it is. You would hope that you find someone that is honest with you, but if they're not, you really have to have that sense of discernment, that spirit of discernment to kind of recognize those things.
But in the beginning, they be honest with you, but like in the second or third month, you'll see a change.
No, some people just don't be honest from the jump. Some people don't be honest from the jump.
At all.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them like that.
Well, it's a toss-up. Just kind of like with everybody. You never know what's going to happen, when you're dealing with people.
Well, we'll be right back with more of People's Pulse right here on UHN.
Hi, I'm Elma from Urban Houston Network. Do you need your bottom line to look better? Then you need to call UHN and let us help you with your bottom line by advertising with us. Call us today at 832-582-7118. That's 832-582-7118. If your business, program, or product needs more exposure, then Urban Houston Network can help you achieve those goals right now. Church groups and community organizations are welcome to platform your message. So call us today and let UHN be the platform for you. That number again is 832-582-7118. And remember, Urban Houston Network, it's a lifestyle.
Welcome back. This is the People's Pulse. We're talking about single and dating in Houston. What are some dating do's and don'ts?
I would say do be honest. Do be upfront about your intentions. Do be a lady or a gentleman when you're dating. Don't be a liar. Don't be a liar. Don't incorporate violence into your date. Don't I don't know. Man, there's so many things I can think of. Stuff like swirling right now. Go ahead, Tiana.
Well, some of the do's for a man with me, I would say trustworthy. Just by talking to me, I can get to know you and know if I trust you from just saying one sentence to me.
Right.
Trusting and honesty. Those are just two of the most important things for me. Trusting and honesty. That's the only thing about don'ts. Don't tell me something and you don't do it. I expect that. That is something that I do have a problem with men. They'll tell you one thing and don't do it. It's not that I even asked you for it anyway. I'm not even looking for you. So my attitude is real bad when it comes to that because I'm an independent woman, first of all. So I don't look for nothing from you anyway. So just telling me something that's not true and probably want to be more than what you are. Don't be trying to lie to kick it with me.
Okay, I like it. You ain't got a lot of kick it with me. Okay, would y'all date outside your race?
Yes.
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 It depends.
It depends?
It depends.
Okay.
It depends. I mean, because the same issues that black women have with black men, black women have with any other race too. You know what I'm saying? This is, I know a lot of times people like to say, oh, black people have all these issues. No, those issues span across race and gender. So, it doesn't matter. It just depends on the person.
Right.
Okay. Well, what's your take on internet dating? We talked about that in the first segment. What's your take on it? I'm
kind of scared of internet dating, to be honest with you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm kind of scared of it only because there are so many places that are open. Saying that usually when you kind of like circles, they go around and they close. You know what I'm saying? But if you have so many half circles and you can't close it because you're missing information. When you're online dating, you can't really tell. You don't know if that person is a killer, a pedophile, or whatever. You just know what you kind of know from on the computer.
And then you don't even know that because that's in the picture that's not even them.
Right. It could be a lie.
The whole entire time, so it's not good for internet dating on my point of view. I don't like it at all.
It just depends. I mean, but again, I've known people that met somebody on the internet and been married for 12 years. I got a lady.
That's just like our cousin, Nicole. She met Greg on the internet and they're happy. Okay. They're doing a good thing.
Okay.
They got it going on.
All right. Well, what's your take on meeting the representative and the real person when you're dating?
How long is this thing? No.
Okay.
The representative real person is like is a totally, I don't even know what that is, but I mean, really, to be honest with you, you have to date someone at least 6 months to get past that representative point. And what you do in those 6 months is entirely up to you. But I mean, at 6 months, that's usually about the time when they start getting when people start getting comfortable, and their real self comes out. And sometimes it is a total, 180 from what they were. You know what I mean? You have no idea
From
who
the
this
person you
person
initially met.
Right. You have no idea who this person is. I mean, and then, I mean, I would, a lot of people, they say, oh, I can be real, or I'm keeping it real, and it's just like, people really don't even have a clear understanding as to what that means nowadays.
They really don't. They just say it because other people say it.
Right.
They don't even know the definition of the word.
Right.
Okay. Well, where is there to go to meet people? Dating, some
I would
places.
think social gatherings.
Okay.
Some people say churches, but you can't always find a good person at a church. That's the baddest person sometimes. So it's really hard to say about where to meet a person, because you can meet the worstest person out here and it would be good to you.
Right.
And how you accept him and what he do. So I don't have a problem. I done met some people in the worstest places and I love them to death. So
I don't know. Because those, how you used to, like I said, like Tiana said, people say church, the library, the grocery store, the club, but I mean, again, it's about the individual.
Right.
I mean, you might meet somebody, picking up trash off the street, and that might be your knight in shining armor, but
Yeah.
it just
been in
depends.
the worst places, right?
what is I'm more attached to street people. I am. It seems like more of my friends are people that I've met from walking and talking, and I don't know why, and I'm in the business world, atmosphere, everything, but
Right.
it seems like I collaborate more with those type of people.
Okay.
Seems like to me those people that I work for are fake. They
But no
play
airs.
and then
Right.
they don't really mean what they say. You working for them really, so that's why
That's why.
it's terrible.
Okay. So y'all know of any good dating events though?
Yes, I would say. Well, a lot of people like to go to Kima and jet ski and get on the yachts because it's about to be spring, so that would be a good thing for them to do. And it's not forest in the city.
Okay.
There's a website where they have like little social gatherings for singles clubs. I don't remember the name of the website, but there's a place you can look up, singles groups. Saying they have them online, and you can meet different people, and it's in a safe setting, out in public in front of a bunch of people. Any kind of speed dating event if that's what you're into.
Right.
I mean, there are options.
So would
for
y'all
people out there.
join a singles club?
No.
No.
I would probably join one if I found one that I thought was, okay, but I haven't found one that I thought was okay, so.
Okay.
I'm looking for no one like that.
Like that. Okay. With the gay ratio increasing, what is now the selection level for people to date?
The selection level,
Yeah.
it's hard to say.
Yeah, when you take out homosexual men, guys in prison, the ratio is a little different. But how do you know that someone is gay?
And what about the women?
Yeah, that's
that
true
are
too.
bi and gay?
That's true. You never know.
That's what I said. You'll never know.
You never know.
Yeah, you'll never
Because
know.
I could be sitting right next to you and you in love with me.
Right.
You know?
Right. And you don't know. all right.
You just have to be, you have
I've
to
been
be
around
careful.
people like that.
Right.
You gotta be careful.
And fought
You
people
just-
for wanting me. I didn't know why, but they just
Right.
want to fight you.
Right.
And it was
Because
crazy.
they
really
care about
want-
you so much, they don't know how to tell you, so they want to fight you. That's
That's
crazy.
terrible.
Wow. Well, how safe is dating now with HIV statistics in the black community?
You know what? I was talking about this last night. I was talking about this last night. According to statistics, I think for women, 57% of new HIV cases are coming from heterosexual black women having heterosexual sex with men who are either bisexual and or gay.
Yes, that's true.
So
I read that.
That is a large number of women, and I think that says a lot. But you really, 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 really have to be careful in the arena of sex. You know what I'm saying, nowadays, because it's not like it used to be. It's and people just because people are ostracized. you know, saying socially for their choices, you know, and it seems like now, I don't know if it's getting better or if it's getting worse, but, you know, it's just people are so ostracized for their selection of what they want, you know, saying people are way less forthcoming with.
What about the usage of drugs?
That's
They
another
make us
issue.
do these
That's
things
another issue too.
and drinking, because that's why a lot of these things are happening.
That's true too.
Yeah, because they are under the
Using and
influence. Right.
Want to have threesomes, and then that person is infected, and then this one, and then you don't know you done went on to your person.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
That's
a
true.
lot of drug usage that make these people and things happen while the HIV is high.
And guys and people that are incarcerated too. That happens a lot of, you know, sometimes, especially if a man's done a long time in prison, which could be 1 month to, you know, 10 years or, you know, whatever. I mean, you know, I don't know what.
But then they
long,
come out and
they're used to doing that in jail,
right?
and, you know, and they're saying, oh, I'm not gay, I'm not bi, and then they come home, but they still kind of do it, and, you know, all that's really sticky. So I mean, you just, like I said, you really have to be careful when it comes to sex, and, you know, saying now when it comes, you know, with dating.
Okay. Anything extra that you guys would like to add about dating, being black and single in Houston?
Yes. Just know something. When you're dating, being a black woman, be careful and have patience, because you will have you somebody if you do. Just be patient.
Okay.
I would suggest, if you're dating someone, take you and your partner to go get tested for a battery of tests, STDs, HIV, before you lay down with them. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that if you are dating someone, that your relationship is monogamous.
Yes.
And, you know, I mean, and, you know, if it's not going to be monogamous, maybe you should not be dating that person if that's what you're looking for and they're not.
Right.
But also, I would say with Tiana, be patient. You ain't have to sleep with every man that you meet or every man that say you're pretty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it took me a long time, because every man that you do meet will say how you look, how your body look, just to get next to you. So it's not good. I've been through a lot. I'm just telling you. 'Cause you be looking at me like,
No.
it's no good, baby.
I mean, you know what? I haven't dated a lot. You know what I mean?
You haven't?
I haven't dated a
That's
lot.
good.
I haven't dated.
That's
I
a
dated
good
one
thing.
person in the last. I dated one person in the last 5 years.
Long-term relationships are great.
Right.
But
Yeah, it's great until you find out they lying, girl. And then, you know,
that's
a
the
whole other
problem you
issue.
have
So-
when you find out a person is telling a story, or the person has cheated or done something, or you have done it, but that person made you do it, and they don't understand why you're doing it. So it's just crazy with dating and being with people, and they telling different stories to you daily, and you know the truth. That's why I feel like at the age I am now, I really don't have to be with nobody. I can be single and enjoy
And
my
be
life.
happy.
Right.
I think
have
that's the
done so much
consensus
with
across the board. A lot of
being with
women
a
have
male.
just, yeah.
So it's not really nothing a man have for me.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, saying you don't want to. I mean, I guess I would. You know, I don't want to say that. You know, if you've been through some stuff, give up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ain't got to give up. It might be someone out
Oh,
there for
it'll
you.
eventually come down the line. I'm not in a rush.
Yeah, that's what she said. Be patient.
Be
Yes,
patient.
she's not worried
I've
about
never
it.
been in a rush to be with a person. They just happen to come into your life, and then you go through situations, and then they don't understand what you're going through and how you feel if they never ask. So it's hard.
Kind of like Gloria from Wait and Exhale.
Well, I'd like to thank my guests, Elle from Real Talk with Elle and Tiana Bryant. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, give me a call, 832-848-0482. That's the People's Pulse, right here on UHN. I'm Eslyn Bryant.
You gonna give me that?